this live audio broadcast brought to you from Bogus Stadium. It's Friday Night Lights, South Texas style. Aaron Signs, Isaac Signs, Matthew Cavazos in the booth tonight, and we're excited to bring you this 32-6A matchup between Harlingen South and San Benito, second game of district play for both teams, and it is going to get lit tonight here in the stadium. Isaac, we talked a little bit before the game about this matchup. San Benito coming in here off a big win, Battle of the Arroyo last week. What do they bring to the table that we need to watch out for tonight?
Well, San Benito, one thing about them is they are a feisty team. They're going to come out and they're going to make sure that their presence is felt on both sides of the ball. Now, one player I'm going to be looking at for the Greyhounds tonight is their leading rusher, passer, and basically do-it-all, Jacob Cavazos, the quarterback there for the Greyhounds. One key focal point for this South team is to contain him, whether it be in the pocket, out of the pocket, and really fluster him throughout the entire course of the night.
Matthew Cavazos, I'm going to go to you to talk a little bit about Harlingen South tonight. What do we look for with Harlingen South?
Harlingen South, they're really a run-dominant team. They used 3 running backs, Corbin Hendrick, Emilio Quiroz, and Orlando Muniz. And they did bring in another rusher last week after one was shaken up. I don't know if we'll see him. He wasn't on the roster last week. But we also have David Torres, big arm, real good accuracy with big receivers on the outside. Derek Delgado, Austin Montalvo, and Brady Bennett, the tight end / slot receiver. It's going to be an awesome matchup tonight, folks. We're giving you this live audio broadcast. Cannot show the video tonight till sometime after the game. And so for those of y'all tuning in, it will be live audio only as per UIL rules. KHGN and team bringing you this game tonight along with Real Sports Live. HCISD excited to bring you this game on this live audio broadcast. San Benito Greyhounds will be receiving tonight. They're going to send 3 deep to return this one. Harlingen South will be kicking to the south. The wind has died down here in Harlingen after a few days of beautiful, cool weather. We've got a beautiful night for Friday Night Lights. Kickoff now will be turned by number 20 for San Benito. That is Castilleja. He's going to take it to the right-hand side. Here comes the would-be tacklers. Shakes off 2, 3. He breaks it out to the 30. He slips another one to the 35, 40, 20, the 50. Down at the 50-yard line is number 22 able to finally wrap him up.
Nice job there by Castilleja making that return and putting a strong effort together. Good way to start the game for the Greyhounds. As you know, they want to send a message early to this Hawks team that they're here to dominate and compete to the highest level.
All right, here we go. Greyhounds again coming off a big win in the Battle of the Arroyo last week. A lot of people will say that Harlingen versus San Benito, that's high, versus San Benito is the biggest rivalry in South Texas. Well, folks, I believe we're going to get to see another one emerging tonight. Harlingen South versus San Benito. And here we go, folks. We're ready to kick this off. And the Greyhounds will go to work. Shotgun formation now, 4 wide receivers waiting for the snap. Gets it, looks downfield, going to pass it out to the flats. Caught, number 20, down to the 50, shakes one, down to the 45. Finally tackled close to the first down marker.
Little bubble screen action there from the Greyhounds, starting the game off with a little bit of a wrinkle, trying to catch this Hawks defense off balance. And there it is Castilleja on the carry there for the Greyhounds, getting a couple yards to get this game going.
Jacob Cavazos, he was a star last week, putting the San Benito Greyhounds on his shoulders in the 4th quarter and winning that battle. And he goes to work here, sends a running back out into the receiver position, looks downfield, empty backfield, lets this one fly, has a receiver wide open, he catches it down to the 5. This is going to be a touchdown for the Greyhounds as he connects with his receiver wide open, number 5, Brandon Valadez.
Right there, the Greyhounds not wasting any time. They go empty set, full wideouts to both sides, and what it was is basically a seam route. And you got to give credit to Braden Alexander for creating separation at the line of scrimmage. That ball was lofted in perfect position. Nobody home for the Hawks over the top, and that translates to an easy 6 for the Greyhounds.
Folks, we're at 11-12. We just started this football game, and the Greyhounds strike first, going through the air, touchdown, number 5, Brandon Valadez. And folks, this is going to be a good one. Looking forward to see how Harlingen South will respond. Extra point attempt coming up. Number 35 is going to kick this one. That is going to be Fernando Perez, and it is up, and it is good. I'm going to throw it here to Matthew Cavazos in a few seconds, and I'm going to have you talk about the stats on that first drive. But Isaac, let's talk a little bit about that first punch by San Benito. What does that do for the defense of Harlingen South? You get set up and also get punched in the mouth.
Well, right here what we're seeing right off the bat was a variety of different looks being thrown at the Hawks. You saw that first play, a bubble screen out in the open field, maybe trying to stretch the Hawks defense a little bit out, and then right next play, the second play of the game, over the middle, a seam, opens up the Hawks defense. Nobody is home. So a nice way to start this game for the Greyhounds, bringing a nice mix on both the offensive versatility and what this game can potentially come down to, but a nice hot start there from the Greyhounds.
Yeah, the Greyhounds, like you said, they got to return all the way to the 50-yard line, then the bubble screen. That's an 8-yard pass and catch for Jacob Cavazos as he gave it to the running back. That was 8 yards, and then just threw it, like you said, over the top. No one was back. They didn't have a deep man. He had gotten a step on 2 Hawk defenders. Just a perfect pass right over the shoulder. He takes it. That's a 42-yard touchdown. Jacob Cavazos, 2 for 2, 50 yards, and 1 touchdown.
And here we go. San Benito getting ready to kick this one off. Again, 11-12. We just started this game, folks. 7-0 is your score. San Benito Greyhounds get on the board first. Kickoff going to be a little squib kick. Field it at the 10-yard line, out to the 15 now. Move out to the 20. Here he comes, finding a hole out to the 30. 35, and he'll stop right there. A good return for Harlingen South as they get ready to bring out David Torres and the South Hawk offense.
Right there, Austin Montalvo there on the return for the Hawks, trying to maybe one-up San Benito's nice opening return. As we know in this game, flipping field position and getting off to a hot start is something that's going to be a key indicator in who can come out on top. Now, the South Hawks, will see what they have to open up this game on the offensive side of the ball.
Now, just looking on the field right now, offensive line looks mighty good against those San Benito Greyhounds. They look matched up well. This is going to be a battle in the trenches. David Torres, he's back in a pistol formation, sort of. He's got 2 receivers to his right. He's going to hand this one off up the middle, and that's Corbin Hendrick. Falls forward for a gain of 1.
Right there, just an inside zone run, trying to open things up. As you just mentioned, Aaron, this game's going to be determined in the trenches. South Hawks maybe trying to set a little message here early.
Corbin Hendrick gets the start tonight. We also have to keep an eye out for Emilio Quiroz, who's at running back. They have him out. It looks like he's in the slot position right now, and they'll be using him in a variety of different ways. David Torres in that shotgun formation now. Here we go. Shift on the defensive line. Looks to his left, wants to pass. Lets some fly. He's got Bennett on the outside. He's going to try to get to that tall receiver. Just incomplete that time.
Right there, so the South Hawks trying to isolate Bennett on the outside like they do pretty frequently with these oversized wideouts to the outside. Right there by San Benito, it's worth noting that they had 4 down linemen and a quick shift right before the snap, so maybe trying to draw some confusion there for the Hawks offense.
Talk about those wide receivers. Number 88 is Brady Bennett. He's a junior. Number 15 is Derek Delgado, senior on the outside. They use Bennett as a tight end / receiver. He's got height, folks. They like to throw it up to him. Here we go. David Torres now sends his fullback in motion, and he waits for the snap. Rolling to his right, wants to pass. He's going to let it go. There he is, Delgado on the outside. That's what they do well. First down, Hawks.
There, right there, a rollout there from the quarterback, David Torres, and a nice little bootleg action. They saw that San Benito had lined up with a loaded box, maybe bringing some pressure there, and in order to counter that, went outside and found an open receiver for first down.
Back to the line of scrimmage fast. Corbin Hendrick on the right-hand side. He's able to elude 1 defender, gain about 5 yards, and they're going with that quick no-huddle offense.
That's one thing that Coach Ritchie has kind of been a staple for him up to this point, so I would not be surprised to see this Hawks team continue this up-tempo early and often.
And there's Quiroz. That's a big pickup there for Quiroz, and he gets way down the field. I'm going to be interested in stats here in a second, but we're going to have a flag on the field that may negate that big run by Quiroz.
San Benito right now scrambling a little bit on that defensive side. Maybe not used to this up-tempo offense that the Hawks have going for them, but right now they're trying to shift many defenders inside the box, and the South Hawks are saying, you're going to load the box on us. We'll take it to the outside, whether that be a play action, rollout, or whatever can hit over the top.
And that is a big penalty against San Benito that is going to gain them some more yards at the end of that big run by Quiroz. And the Hawks will be marked down about the 11-yard line now. So 1st and 10 on the 11-yard line. 10-11 left to go in the first quarter. We're just getting started here, folks. Your score is 7-0 Greyhounds, but the South Hawks are knocking at the door. David Torres in shotgun formation now. He's got 3 wide receivers bunched. He's going to send one in motion to his left. Handoff, Quiroz trying to find on the outside. Great block. Flag on the play, though. He'll gain a couple before taken down. We'll wait for that flag call.
Right there, looks like the Hawks are deploying a little H-back action there where they had a nice kick out block there on the outside linebacker. However, looks like this is going to go on the defense. So nicely drawn up play by the Hawks, able to get some open space to operate as they get closer to the goal line.
And that's going to be an offside penalty against San Benito. So that gains 5 yards for Harlingen South. It'll be 1st down and 5 now. Ball on the 6-yard line, right inside of that goal line. Harlingen South is ready to score. David Torres now shotgun formation. He's got one receiver running back in the backfield. He'll hand it out. That's Corbin Hendrick. Tries to find space between the tackles. Nothing there.
San Benito did a nice one of sniffing that play out. That was the identical play that the Hawks had ran previously. This time, San Benito's defensive front does a nice job of penetrating the area. They shut down any further damage as the Hawks continue to move forward in this red zone.
Really interesting to see. South is interchanging Hendrick and Quiroz in that running back, and what they do is they bring them back and forth, keep those legs fresh for them, and it's been working so far on this drive. 9:25 left to go in the first quarter. 7-0 Hounds. Here go the Hawks. 2nd and 4 coming up for them. Torres rolls to his right, wants to pass, and he lets this one fly to the corner of the end zone. Incomplete pass intended for number 27, Christian Cortez. In and out of his hands. 3rd down coming up.
Cortez right now is kind of been used in a wildcat situation where they have him as the H block, and right there he kind of circles out for one in the end zone. Nobody picks him up. Had a chance to make a play in the end zone, but again, San Benito must be careful because this is just the 2nd time that he's already slipped out, really with nobody following him there. So the Hawks clearly see a mismatch and went at it there in the end zone.
Here we go. What will the Hawks do? 3rd down and 4. They're going to have Hendrick in the backfield now. Torres waiting. Sends one man in motion. Here we go. It's going to be a handoff. Hendrick, right-hand side, and he had one man to beat. Did not get him. Down closer on the 2-yard line. 4th down coming up.
A little jet sweep action there, trying to maybe widen the field a little bit, but a nice job of tackling there by John Daniel Gonzalez of the Greyhounds, making sure that he wrapped them up.
All right, here we go. David Torres, quick 4th down for the Hawks. Handoff to the fullback. He's going to push the pile. Will he have enough for a 1st down? The officials will check. We'll come right back at you.
Looks like he's going to be short, Aaron. It looks like San Benito did a nice job there of stuffing the run again. We're seeing this really frequently here in the first drive. The Greyhounds are making sure that they have a couple nose tackles to plug up that run game. The Hawks really try to sneak a fullback dive at that time. They fail, and now they're going to force San Benito to drive the entire length of the field here early in the first quarter.
Ball is on the 3-yard line. I'm going to get to Matthew here for some stats on that long drive by Harlingen South.
Yeah, the Hawks had the ball at the 38-yard line. David Torres completed one pass. He was a 12-yard rollout to the right to Derek Delgado at the sticks. He also threw 2 incomplete passes. Corbin Hendricks had 4 carries, got a total of 10 yards, 3 in the goal line.
All right, San Benito now back to work. He's going to run it. He's going to keep that. That's number 7, Jacob Cavazos. Getting about 6 yards on that carry.
Just this, really a quarterback keeper there for Cavazos and dragging a couple defenders down with him. A tough runner. This is a player that leads them in all categories. Clearly, they want to start and end this offense with him manning the ball. So South Hawks have their work cut out for him, trying to stop him, whether it be up the middle or design quarterback runs.
Jacob Cavazos definitely beating the hot hand for San Benito right now. Talk a little bit about the past couple of games, and Harlingen South dropped one to Odessa High a couple weeks ago. San Benito went down against Midland Lee, right? And so they saw some big competition, but they're ready for district play. 1-0. Here they come tonight. I think that's going to be a 1st down pickup for the San Benito Greyhounds.
Full ISO look from the Greyhounds. Had a fullback lined up and a couple of tight ends playing inside, making sure that they'd get that 1st down, and now they're ready to move the chains and move in some new personnel to potentially change it up here. Yeah,
they're going to shift 3 new personnel onto the field, shift 3 out, obviously. And so definitely going some change up here. South Hawks, their strength has been their secondary, bringing out some new receiving core. Probably going to challenge. Here we go. San Benito 1st down and 10. 7:42 remaining in the first quarter. 7-0 Greyhounds. And here you go. Going to keep it on the right-hand side. He's going to bring it out to the 30, not 35. He's going to slide about the 38-yard line, and that is number 7, Jacob Cavazos.
Right there. Jet sweep read option look from the Greyhounds. And one thing it's doing for this Hawks defense is it's spreading them out across the entire field. And right there, Cavazos sees an open lane, takes it, hits north to south, and gets it rolling for a big gain. 1st and 10. Ball on the 37-yard line. Handoff. Running back up the middle, makes a couple people miss. He's going to get stuck right there, but a nice 8, maybe even 9-yard gain for the Greyhound running back. Castilleja already showing that he's a tough runner. He's not going to go down easily. Another big lane opening up right in the center of that Hawks defense. Maybe some fatigue playing a factor now. They're giving him 8 yards on that game. 2nd down and 2 coming up for the Greyhounds. Both offenses going with that no-huddle, hurry-up style. Here we go now. Cavazos in the shotgun, hands off. He's going to keep it right-hand side now. He's going to get it enough for a 1st down plus a yard. The Greyhounds had trips right receivers on that end. On far field now, Cavazos really many people were potentially anticipating him running to the strong side, goes back, cuts it up for a couple of yards. Again, another look for this Hawks defense, trying to make sure that they're really guessing every play.
Here we go, San Benito, 1st and 10 now, ball on the 49-yard line. Cavazos, nice play fake, throws it out to the flat there. Nice pickup gain of about 6 yards.
Right there, number 34, Antonio Torres on the grab, flails out there for a little reception, but not much room there as the South Hawks close that one quickly.
2nd down and 3. Greyhounds right back to the line of scrimmage. Cavazos, 4 wide receivers split. He's going to hand this one off out to the right-hand side. There he goes, finding a nice space. Past the first down marker, out to the 35, down to the 30. He is shedding tackles. A flag comes onto the play, but they will take him down around the 25, and we will wait the flag.
Castilleja, nice gritty run right there up the middle. Now San Benito, they're working quickly, but they're not shying away from the run. And I think that shows a lot about their confidence to dominate this Hawks defensive front, which they clearly have as 6 minutes here in the first quarter, and they're clearly having their way up front.
Definitely winning the clock control part of the game so far, the Greyhounds are. And looks like this is going to go against Harlingen South. And so what would have been a 1st and 10 on the 27-yard line will now be a 1st and 10 all the way down to the 12. And so that's a 15-yard penalty against the Greyhounds. And it sets them up nicely. Ball will be placed on the 12-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Greyhounds. Cavazos, shotgun formation. He's going to have 1, 2, 3 receivers to his right. He's got a running back in the backfield with him. I think that is Reyes. And he will hand it off to him, and no, he kind of holds on to it there almost a little bit dangerously, trying on that fake, but he keeps it, not much gain.
One thing I'm going to be interested to see, Aaron, is if the Hawks change up that defensive look. Right now they have 3 down linemen, and they're trying to stuff the run that way, and at that point they won the battle at the line of scrimmage. But San Benito making sure that they're not only going to run inside, but maybe add a little bit more to stretching this Hawks defense as they've done in previous positions.
Here we go. San Benito right back on the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 9 now. This is going to be a pass. Play action. Gets at the 10, out to the 5. Trying to break a tackle to get into the end zone. Will not. And they're going to stop him just short. A gain of a few. Down about the 3.
There's Antonio Torres again for the Greyhounds, who slipped out there on the left side of the field. Nobody was home for the South Hawks. Luckily, there was enough speed on that back end for them to get him right at the 3 or 4 yard line. But the Hawks, once again, on the heels as the Greyhounds are close to punching this one in.
And they're going to mark that one down at the 4. 3rd down and 1 now for the Greyhounds. And again, they're going to shift some personnel in. So the Greyhounds are moving some people in and out, 2, 3 at a time, which is not usual. But whatever they're doing seems to have a great effect so far. Here we go, 3rd down and 1 for the Greyhounds. Cavazos will hand it off. Castilleja on the right-hand side. Lots of orange jerseys there. He's going to lose about a yard on that carry.
Great job there of Jacob Huerta, the defensive tackle for the Hawks, really getting penetration up the middle and blowing it up from the get-go. Really nowhere to run for the Greyhounds. As soon as that ball was handed off, he was right there to greet him along with a host of Hawks to stop this Greyhounds offense from scoring.
4th down and 3, so he's going to lose 2 on that carry. And the Hawks playing some stingy defense now on this goal line. Stand against the Greyhounds. Looks like they have their field goal kicker. They're going to attempt a field goal on this one. Number 35 is there to kick. That is going to be Fernando Perez. And he will be attempting, looks like, to be a 23-yard field goal attempt. The kick is up, waiting for the official, and he says it is good. And so 3 points on the board for San Benito. Let's talk a little bit about that defensive stand by Harlingen South, and I'm going to throw it to Matthew for some stats on those drives.
Yeah, 92-yard total drive for the San Benito Greyhounds, getting all the way to the 5-yard line. And really the highlight of that drive was the leg of Jacob Cavazos, as he had 4 carries. And this was the first time he carried the ball. 4 carries, 35 yards on this drive single-handedly. And passing, he also had another 15 yards. So that's really how they got most of the yards. A couple carries for Castilleja as he went, and he got about 16 yards in carries.
So what do you think, Matthew? You know, watching Harlingen South the past couple of weeks, right, as you see them in this position, have we seen them in this spot before, and how they've responded?
Well, I haven't seen them in this spot before. You know, what Harlingen South really wants to do is not put the pressure on their offense. They want to use their defense, really defensive first. So the goal is to start off strong. That didn't happen, so now they really have to regroup and get themselves going and get themselves back in this ball game by getting some points on the board.
All right, Harlingen South there. I think with a good goal line stand, keeping San Benito from punching in another touchdown, they keep them at 3. So 10-0 is your score with 4:34 remaining in the first quarter. Again, thank you for listening to this live audio broadcast as we bring it to you from KHN via Real Sports Live. Here we go. Return now at the 22-yard line. He'll be stopped right there as the Hawks offense will come back out into the field.
Hawks trailing down 10-0. You know, Matthew, you mentioned that a little bit. One thing this Hawks team's going to have to do is gain some traction here on the offensive side of the ball. Right now, you never want to be down by this amount entering so early into the play. You know this is a district game. Both teams coming off a victory. You want to make sure you can move this ball, whether it be with your pass game or up the middle. So I'm going to be interested to see what Coach Ritchie lays out here as they really what is a pivotal drive early.
I agree. It's a pivotal drive here. It is early in the game, but San Benito is rolling on that offense. So South really needs to do something right now to try to get back on track. They have big receivers. They can get the ball downfield. They're going to start with Quiroz in the backfield. He is a dynamite-type runner. Let's see what they do. Rolls to his right, does Torres. Wants to pass. Intercepted by San Benito at the 30 as the receiver went down, and he's going to come down on the 21-yard line. And talk about momentum killer right there as San Benito comes down with that INT interception Greyhounds.
The intended target right there was Derek Delgado for the Hawks. He loses his footing, falls down, and that is an easy interception for San Benito. Not ideal there, especially because all of a sudden this field has flipped in the Greyhounds' favor. Now they only have 20 or so yards to go and make this a 3-possession game here in the first quarter.
That was number 4, Isaiah Zimmerly, the cornerback on that interception. And like you said, Isaac flips the field yet again, and San Benito now has short field to work with, ball on the 21-yard line. So with 4:20 remaining in the first quarter, San Benito 10-0, first down. Here we go, keeper. That's going to be Cavazos. He'll be tackled right at the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Good job there for the Hawks. Number 5, Braden Alexander, doing a nice job of sniffing that one out, playing that safety/rover position, coming off the edge, was unscathed, was able to get in the backfield and blow that play up.
Castilleja, the running back in the backfield. He'll get the ball this time, left-hand side. Nice pursuit by the defense. The Harlingen South Hawks taking him down, gain of about 2, maybe 3 yards on that carry.
There's Alexander again. On a second consecutive play, he's able to wrap up his legs, make sure that he's not going to drive for any more additional yards. The Hawks defense doing a nice job of swarming down to the left side of the field because they know at this point, Aaron, the Greyhounds, they want to hit the ground running, which they've already proven that up to this point.
3rd down and 6 coming up now, 3:28 remaining in the first quarter. San Benito 10-0. Here goes Cavazos, shotgun formation now, waits for the snap, rolls to his right, wants to pass downfield, looking for a receiver opening. Here comes the pressure, lets it go, incomplete pass.
Right there, it was Keith Guajardo of San Benito, the wideout, who was set up on the outside, trips right. He kind of just sat on the route while the Hawks defense flowed deep, wide open. However, Cavazos unable to get enough juice on that ball to connect with him. So pretty much a lost opportunity there for San Benito. What could have been an easy first down to keep these chains moving.
Fernando Perez, number 35, is getting some work tonight. He comes back onto the field. That is a field goal kicker for San Benito. This time he'll be attempting, it looks like a 33-yard field goal attempt. San Benito already up 10-0 with 3:17. Let's talk about that Hawk defense in a little bit in their hold. But here we go. Field goal attempt, kick is up. And we're waiting for the official, and he says it is good. So another 3 points for San Benito. That's going to make it 13-0. San Benito Greyhounds over the Hawks with 3:12 remaining in the first quarter. Let's talk a little bit about that Hawk defense. So Matthew, you said that they needed to be able to get on top early, not put the pressure on the offense. Well, the defense is doing a good job early, trying to keep the offense in the game.
Yeah, really a really catastrophic event happened on the offensive side. You know, that's when San Benito can get traction, and they're a high-scoring offense, high-octane offense, and they can get down the field. And the defense for the Harlingen South Hawks really carried what they did last drive. They stopped them in the goal line when it really mattered, and then they stopped them here, and it was a 3-and-out. They only gained 4 yards. And to point this out, Jacob Cavazos, he's had, like I said, 5 carries for 36 yards. But other than one big 7-yard gain and one 24-yard gain, the past 3 carries have only been 3, 1, and 1.
All right, so Hawk defense doing their job. Isaac, what do you think? South Hawk offense, what's the answer right now?
Well, Aaron, you know, being down 13, first off, you just mentioned this Hawks defense, you got to hand it to them for making multiple or back-to-back red zone stops, so to speak. But now it's go time for the Hawks. There's no more room for errors at this time when you're playing a San Benito offense that looks like they're poised to continue to move this ball down the field. This is another big drive, and I know I cannot state this enough. It's still early in this game, Aaron, but if they're unable to gain any traction in what they want to do offensively, it could be a long night for the South Hawks.
Gabriel Pettis, number 12, was on that kickoff return there, and it looks to me as if there could have been a face mask at the end, and it was. So that's going to be a 15-yard penalty. That was not a good return, but with that penalty, it is going to help South Hawks bring in more out of their end zone, out to about the 27, 28-yard line. They'll place it. So the South Hawk offense need to get rolling right here. They have the ability. We saw them in the first drive take it all the way downfield to the 3-yard line, almost punched it in, was stopped on a 4th down and 1. And so they definitely need to return to that progress. Harlingen South now 1st down. And here we go, David Torres, shotgun formation now, hands off. Quiroz, right-hand side, trying to follow that tackle. He's tackled right away by a linebacker. Nothing doing for them.
Right there, that linebacker was Daniel Garcia, outside linebacker for the Greyhounds. Now again, Aaron, I keep on bringing this to your attention, but the Hawks are using that H-back on the end line, trying to go off of his block to spring something to the outside. But a great job of him containing his and holding his water, making sure he wasn't going to bite inside. He's there on the outside, makes the play, and this Greyhounds defense has been a little stingy the last couple of drives, so good heads-up play by him.
David Torres, Quiroz need to make something happen right here. Both of those are seasoned veterans for the Harlingen South Hawks. They've been in some tough situations. They need to bring it out here. Torres, hand off. Quiroz, right-hand side. Lots of penetration, and that bubble didn't allow him to get to that edge. And that's a big loss there for Quiroz.
What a disruptive play, Aaron, there by number 6. Avelina Garcia of the Greyhounds really shot the A-gap, was unable to really be blocked at all, and blows up that run play in the backfield.
So 3rd down and 16, and they're going quick to the line of scrimmage. Torres now looks to the sideline. He's going to look for coach to give him a new play. Here we go, 3rd and 16. You talk about that shift of momentum, needing something big right here. South Hawks, keep an eye out for Delgado on the outside. He is one-on-one. It looks like they're going to blitz that safety, so he may have free reign on the outside. Here we go, Torres looking downfield, wants to pass. Good coverage downfield, going through his progression. He's going to have to scramble. Here comes the pressure, and they're going to sack him for a loss. David Torres, nowhere to go, and that's number 6 again.
There, Avelino Garcia, the same player who's made that consecutive play. One thing that San Benito is doing is they're letting him spy on the quarterback. And as you see, great coverage down the field. It looked like San Benito was going to play the single high safety for a moment. They bump him up to the line of scrimmage. And a nice job of him of tracing down in the backfield and making that play, taking away any opportunity for this Hawks offense to continue moving the ball. And right now, Aaron, David Torres, the quarterback for the Hawks, has to be feeling flustered, knowing that he has been unable to garner any type of production on the outsides or in the pass game.
Here we go. Kyler Castilleja is back to return this punt for San Benito, and it looks like they're going to have a delay of game penalty enforced against Harlingen South, which will hurt them. Punter is already almost at that goal line. He will probably be in the end zone now, kicking for his life. And so Castilleja is not going to march it up, and he's going to be expecting to return this around the 45, Harlingen South's 45. So this would be good field position, barring anything crazy going on here. Punter is in the end zone. Here we go, waiting for the snap. It's a good snap. Punt is up and away. Beautiful looking punt. This is going to take, wow. And it's going to take a nice South Hawk roll out to the 34, and they will down it. That is a massive kick. I'm going to say that's about a 70-yard punt right there.
Right there, looks like there's a penalty flying, and it looks like it's going to be on the Greyhounds. So again, we talk about getting that field position battle, and now this may come back to bite the Greyhounds in this case, Aaron. And as you know, this South Hawks defense, I'm wondering if fatigue is maybe playing a factor. You know, they've been on the field early and often in this game, and the Greyhounds, you know that you're going to have to keep a close eye on this rushing attack. So this Hawks defense, it's going to be a big drive for them, trying to get a stop and getting that offense back on the field for them.
Well, I tell you what, that penalty was huge. Folks, that was about a 70-yard punt, and almost a lot of that was in the air, Matthew, right? And that went way down there. And on top of that, then there was a personal foul on San Benito. So the punter was kicking from inside the end zone, and now San Benito's going to start from their own 19-yard line. Talk about flipping field. That was a huge special teams play, of course, with a penalty for Harlingen South. Here goes San Benito now, Cavazos, and I think they're going to call false start on that one. Yep.
You know, Aaron, he said, barring anything crazy, that this would be good field position. We've seen some crazy kicks from this punter at Harlingen South. He's had some crazy kicks, field goals, punts, whatever you say. He even had a fake punt earlier in the season. He's had it all.
That was a good one. That fake punt was amazing, right at the right time a few weeks ago now, but we'll still remember that one. All right, Cavazos now, he's got 5 wide receivers. He's going to pass a little screen there on the outside. He's going to try to make one man miss out to the sideline. He gets pushed out. And he's going to gain about 3, maybe 4 on that one.
Nice job there of Caleb Solis, the corner for the Hawks, playing his keys the right way. He knew this was a bubble screen coming at him, was able to shed his block, not give up much ground, and maintain that outside leverage and makes a nice play for the Hawks.
Cavazos back to work. 12 seconds, and they're going to say he did not get out of bounds. 2nd down and 10. Rolls to his right, wants to pass downfield, lets it fly. Receiver wide open on the outside. He'll have a 1st down and a little bit more. Gain about 14 yards there for number 12. That's Guajardo.
Keith Guajardo kind of sneaked out on that one in the flat. South Hawks really weren't having a trace on him at all. Backside, he's there, takes that short pass, turns it up the field, and gets San Benito set up for some more business as this first quarter comes to an end.
First quarter comes to an end. I'm going to go to Matthew. Anything here to pick up as we get ready to transition quarters?
San Benito quarterback Jacob Cavazos through the air. He's doing it all. 6 of 7 completions to attempts, and he has 83 passing yards on the day.